Broadcasting live from the Albay Pio News Center, providing you the most exclusive news updates from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the University of Santo Tomas Legazpi produced 2 new lawyers who ranked among the top 10 in the 2023 bar examination. They are Nathaniel Nino Alipio Tang, who ranked 4th, and Zestrina Banyares Non, who secured the 10th spot. Both are certified public accountants prior to taking the bar. The 2 lawyers are among the 3,812 passers. This year, 10,387 candidates took the exam, which had a passing rate of 36.77%. Meanwhile, the university produced 51 bar exam passers. In another story, students, faculty members, and non-teaching personnel from some 4,071 public schools in the Bicol region are set to participate in a nationwide tree planting activity on Wednesday as part of the Department of Education's project dubbed as DepEd's 236,000 Trees, a Christmas gift for the children. Mayflor Marie Humamil, DepEd Bicol spokesperson, said they target to plant at least 20,355 trees in support of the project. Humamil said the project aims to promote environmental preservation and instill this responsibility among Filipino children. DepEd Bicol Director Gilbert Sadsad underscored the importance of supporting the event, highlighting its unique educational opportunities for students to engage in tree planting activities. The DepEd Regional Director added that the tree planting event serves as a meaningful Christmas gift from the DepEd, as it contributes to a clean and green environment for Filipino children and the future generations. In another news, 15 primary schools in Albay and Sorsogon provinces that are hosting the Baco Manito Bacman geothermal plant received 150 laptops on Monday, courtesy of the Energy Department Corporation, or EDC, and Lighthouse International, an Australia-based non-profit organization. Bacman Geothermal Incorporated, or BGI, owns and operates the 150-megawatt Bacman geothermal power plant nestled on a 25,000-hectare reservation that straddles between Bacon Town in Sorsogon and Manito Town in Albay. Ed Jimenez, EDC Bacman's corporate relations chief, said the 150 donated laptops form part of the first batch of donations and will help students in their technological online learning. Together with Lighthouse International, Jimenez said they will continue to help digitalization programs in the country. Aside from donating the laptops, EDC will also set up the school's computer laboratories, assist in software licensing, and grant access to applicable offline educational materials. Before the turnover of the laptops, a memorandum of understanding was signed between EDC and Lighthouse International at the Rizal Integrated National School in Barangay Rizal, Sorsogon City, followed by the signing of a deed of donation with the Department of Education. Additional local news. United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, Strengthening Institutions and Empowering Localities Against Disaster and Climate Change Program, or SHIELD, spearheads drone training for digital mapping. SHIELD, which strategizes on multi-sectoral partnerships, cohorts with provincial LGUs, which includes Albay, to provide capacity development. It aims to help the government of the Philippines deal with increasing disaster and climate risks. 6 UNDP partner provincial local government units participate in the training, which includes PPDO and PDRRM offices of Agusan del Norte, Agusan del Sur, Eastern Samar, Northern Samar, Davao Oriental, and Quezon. Albay was chosen as venue for the training because of its advancement in capacity development and its competency in using drones for disaster risk reduction and management practices in digital mapping. APSEMO head Dr. Cedric Daep said that risk mapping is the #1 requirement for resiliency because you can immediately identify the population exposure and can do something on how this exposure be lessened to become more resilient economically, physically, and socially. In the national scene, the House Committee on Legislative Franchises on Tuesday cited in contempt Sunshine Media Network International or SMNI host Jeffrey Celis for his refusal to disclose the identity of his source who gave him false information on Speaker Martin Romualdez's alleged 1.8 billion peso travel fund. During the hearing, Surigao del Sur Representative Johnny Pimentel made the motion to cite Celis in contempt after the SMNI host refused 4 times to divulge the identity of his source, who was purportedly from the Senate. Celis will be detained in the Batasan complex until the adoption of the committee report on the matter at the plenary, Pimentel added. The SMNI anchor refused to disclose his source even after Navotas City Representative Tony Tiangco recommended that the committee hold an executive session. Celis cited Republic Act No. 11458, which protects journalists from being compelled to divulge the source of confidential information used in the reports. In another story, South Korea is eager to see increased trade and investment with the Philippines. Korean ambassador to the Philippines Lee Sang-hwa said Tuesday as he conveyed Seoul's intention to ratify its recently signed free trade agreement with Manila soon. In a reception at his residence in Makati, Lee said the Senate of the Philippines has also assured him that it would concur in the deal's ratification soon. Foreign Affairs spokesperson Maria Teresita Daza said Manila is classifying the Philippines-Korea FTA as a treaty, which requires legislative concurrence after executive ratification. Lee said South Korea would also strongly support the Philippine government's efforts to improve its ease of doing business environment. In another news, the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG has placed all its assets on heightened alert in Mindanao, the Visayas, and some parts of Luzon to ensure the security of all port passengers and mariners after the recent bomb explosion at the Mindanao State University in Marawi City. PCG spokesperson Rear Admiral Armand Balillo said additional PCG personnel have been deployed to potential areas of attack, such as ports, with sea marshals assigned in all passenger ships to ensure their safe travel. Balillo said that the PCG is coordinating with the Philippine Ports Authority, the Port Police, the Armed Forces of the Philippines, and the Philippine National Police to ensure public security through information sharing. Aside from possible terror attacks, he said, PCG personnel are also on the lookout for disturbances and crimes such as robberies on ships. And in the news outside the country, the UN Refugee Agency said on Tuesday that it needs $10.6 billion to support more than 130 million people expected to be forcibly displaced or stateless by the end of 2024. In its Global Appeal 2024, the UNHCR said The 2024 budget of $10.6 billion is designed to enable UNHCR and its partners to provide life-saving protection, assistance, and solutions in new and existing displacement situations, to a projected planning figure of 130.8 million forcibly displaced and stateless people. People from 133 countries and territories and 508 locations are expected to be forcibly displaced or stateless, according to the agency. In another story, France's top diplomat urged Beijing on Monday to rethink its assertive behavior in the South China Sea. Beijing has been ramping up military drills in the strategically crucial Taiwan Strait, while the Chinese Coast Guard has been accused of harassing Filipino fishing boats in disputed waters. Australia criticized Beijing last month for its unsafe and unprofessional conduct at sea, saying one of its Navy divers was injured by sonar pulses from an approaching Chinese warship. French Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna, speaking at the Australian Press Club in Canberra, said China should play its part to reduce tensions in the Asia-Pacific region. Colonna stressed China should be free to pursue its economic rise, but that in exchange it needed to meet international expectations on issues such as human rights. Beijing claims most of the South China Sea, including waters and islands close to the shores of its neighbors. The Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Vietnam have also staked claims to various islands and reefs in the sea, which is believed to contain rich petroleum reserves. And finally, in the news outside the country, the death toll from a volcano eruption in Indonesia has risen to 22 after 9 more bodies were discovered, a search and rescue agency official said Tuesday. Mount Merapi on the island of Sumatra spewed an ash tower 3,000 meters taller than the volcano itself into the sky on Sunday. Hundreds of rescuers have worked for days to find the missing hikers, which numbered 10 on Tuesday before the local rescue agency's announcement that most had been found, bringing the days-long search closer to an end. Abdul Malik, head of Padang Search and Rescue Agency, said the dead were carried down the mountain in body bags over several days. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, December 6, 2023. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. Thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, Joy Duque, and on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Our Provincial Information Officer, Attorney Marilu Duca Castillo, under the supervision of our Governor, Attorney Edsel Grex Lagman. Pinch hitting for Mr. Greg Aliare, this has been your anchor for today. I am Marielла SILERIO. Thank you for subscribing.